What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. And here, you got to watch this because there's a line that everyone knows that when people's, well, not a line, but a statistic that shows that when people's expenses for, food get to 40% of their budget, they start rioting and they go to the streets because it's just not affordable. Okay? And in Sri Lanka, we hear about people having the basic necessities essentially being stripped from them because it's too expensive. In a sense, well, they're not stripping it from them directly, but in a sense, because they can't afford it or they have shortages and they can't get their hands on it, people are protesting. It's just not livable. So look at this. It's a complete state of anarchy. And if you don't think that's coming to the US, it will. You see the rising prices of things, and there's a lot of talk about a commodity super cycle. And so what you're gonna see is uh, the price of commodities go parabolic, therefore causing prices of goods to go parabolic. And here it's interesting because they're saying it is your patriotic duty, right? This is the White House saying this. It is your patriotic duty, or at least for the oil refiners, it's their patriotic duty to reduce gasoline prices. And this is ridiculous because they themselves are making it so that the access isn't accessible. The administration has shut down the Keystone Pipeline. They've canceled our oil leases with Alaska and Mexico. Like, what else do you expect to happen when you're trying to solve a problem your with both hands tied behind your back? It's just not doable, folks. It's utter ridiculous, hypocrisy at its finest. But they'll make it seem like, oh, it's an patriotic duty. You have to do this, etc. And this, and that. But folks, it is. Oh man, I can't even begin to describe the frustration sometimes that you have with these people putting the blame on everyone else and not their own policies. And this chart is a perfect example of what we're talking about here. European natural gas is up 36% in 2 days. Now, this is no cryptocurrency. This is not, this is a commodity we're talking about. And these are major spikes that you're seeing. And this is in 2 days, mind you. What happens when Europe just can't afford it or they have grid shutdowns? We know that they were paying 3 to 4x their normal electric bill last winter in certain parts of Europe. What's it going to be like this winter? Maybe they're going to have to uh, uh, portion out or partition how much they can use the energy. So they'll have days where they're going to have to shut it out and people are just going to have to make do. How many people are going to die from the cold air? Makes you think. Here shows UBI. It's starting to take place, and you're seeing it little by little. And this is what they want. They want people to depend on the government. They want people that can't live on their own or survive on their own, because then they can't bite the hand that feeds them. Here it says from July 14th onward, 8 million households will receive 326 pounds cost of living support payment. This is the first of two installments, totaling 650 pounds. the second to follow in the autumn and part of the overall 1,200 support package for vulnerable households this year. I believe that's euros. Sorry. No, it's pound. It's pounds. So this is the UK. So this is what's taking place. And it just shows you how close we are. I know the Federal Reserve is planning to release their CBDC sometime in the second quarter of 2023. So as this crisis accelerates, you're going to start seeing that push for CBDC accelerate. So you got to be very aware of the situation and the times at hand. Now, this last thing here I want to talk about, it's a lot of layoffs are occurring. It says June has already seen 57 announced layoff events, and we're not halfway through the month. 24 of them, 42%, say they're laying off at least 15% of their staff. There are only 74 events in all of May. Q2 earnings season will not be kind. So once we see what the earnings are for the second quarter, which ends June 30th, we're going to see those reports coming starting July. And it's going to be abysmal. So, folks, strap on and be ready because it's going to be a bumpy ride. All right, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.